Capricorn, this is your forecast for the month of November 2017. But before I begin, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for your subscriptions, for your likes, for your comments. Those really mean a lot to me. I appreciate it when you take the time out to share. All right, this is a general reading for Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising, or Capricorn Moon. It might also be helpful to watch your rising and moon sign. You can join me on Facebook and Instagram for daily insights on tarot and astrology, as well as my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/thealchemistastrologer, where you can find on-demand pages for love, finance, and other readings. So Capricorn, the very first week of November is a major week for you. It's a major card, the Hanged Man. So for some of you, there may be a lull in the action this week. Something is hanging in limbo. And maybe you're just taking your time about something, or you're in a testing phase with something that you're involved with. Whatever it is, you're gaining some enlightenment. You're getting a new perspective on something. Perhaps it's even changing your mind. Or maybe somebody's trying to change your mind about something. So this is a week that focuses on your commitments and how flexible or adaptable you are to those. You may be doing some readjustment or trying to get away from the past in some way. It could be that there's something unexpected that happens within your domestic affairs or your career. So you're at a crossroads where you're having to make a choice. And that may be to, give in to somebody that is in opposition to you, or let go of what you want for the greater good. So this is a week of sacrifice. Now, it's likely that you're getting this new perspective because of something in the past that was disappointing, or there was some uncertainty to a situation. Maybe, a sense of betrayal or loss. It could be that you're having to, make some sacrifice and show compassion in a situation. This is going to be a week where it's going to be very important, in spite of whatever it is that you're dealing with, to maintain your sense of composure, to be objective about whatever is happening and not let your emotions override you. So if you can get some distance and be, a little bit detached about things, how you're looking at yourself, how you're looking at your situation, that's going to boost you. It's going to give you the drive to achieve. Looking at things differently is letting you sort out something from the past. You're able to make peace with the situation, however it turns out, so that you can move ahead and reevaluate your goals and move forward. So this week requires your patience, your perseverance. It may be a little bit difficult for you to, keep your focus. But it's going to be easy for you to get real, to be realistic, to achieve your goals. And that's going to come through you again, having a sense of serenity, not letting yourself be broken by anything that's come about, any kind of setbacks, any kind of delays. And this is also, because it's so strongly tied to sacrifice, it's about you knowing when it's appropriate to sacrifice, not letting people guilt you into doing things that you know are not good for you, especially when you know that, you've done all you can and you've done your personal best. Now, some of you, you're likely to make some self-sacrifices, that don't help the situation. They don't accomplish anything. There's no value. You're not getting anything out of it. You're just being a martyr. Especially if you're lacking confidence this week. And maybe, just the hanging around or things not moving is wearing away at your confidence. And you're inclined to follow that path of least resistance even when it doesn't work for you. This is also a week where you may be hiding your frustration about a situation, and you end up taking your resentment out on other people or other, because of a situation. This is a week where, waiting may be fine, but not avoiding, because anything that you're not addressing is going to resurface in another area of your life. Now, maybe you want to move forward. You want to take the steps. You want to have a better situation. And yet you just can't get past those self-defeating habits, that way of thinking. So, for some of you, you really need to take a time out to get some spiritual guidance. Exploring your own psyche, asking your spirit guides for help, listening to your inner voice. Or, if that doesn't work for you, seeking some direction from an outside source. Now, the second week you have fire energy. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female, or just the traits of this queen. Now, this is a queen who is focused on business success. She is very passionate. She goes after what she wants because she's confident in who she is. So she's got very strong leadership ability, and she's fiercely determined to accomplish. She knows how to influence other people, and she generally pursues her own interests, although she's very protective of the people that she cares about, that are close to her, her causes. She can, try to direct the things that are around her, and sometimes overmanage other people's lives. But whatever it is, it's coming from a place of a lot of love, a lot of warmth. Again, she's very enterprising. She knows how to promote herself. She's got strong powers of attraction. And so this could be a week where you feel optimistic. Perhaps you're even enjoying being in a competitive situation. You may be an entrepreneur, or maybe this is a boss or a supervisor or somebody involved, in a lot of projects. It could even be a mother, or it could be somebody that's very socially well connected and has a lot of influence, or somebody in a technical field, or, something creative. So this could be a week where you're doing some research, some planning. You're trying to be a leader, and maybe, somebody's trying to change your mind, or this queen is trying to change your mind, because she very often does the opposite of what she's told. So somebody may be very determined about something, and somebody is trying to change their mind about it or influence them. This could be a week where you are really seeking to be noticed, to be appreciated. And because you are very magnetic this week, you're getting a lot of attention. You're attracting people to you. And so you're going to have a wide variety of experiences and people that interact with you, where their goals, their personalities, complement your need for some kind of change or sense of adventure, something that you want that brings excitement. You're connecting with others that share that and fuel it for you. But for some of you, this is about going too far, pushing too hard, and you're becoming a distraction for somebody. And maybe you're alienating them in some way because you're trying so hard to get their attention. This is going to be a week of surprises, where there could be some unexpected news, or again, perhaps this queen is from your past, or you're having some unexpected encounter. It could be the queen next door who is, involved in the mix. But this is a week where something new is going to happen. And again, your whole focus will be trying to influence a situation, trying to divert circumstances to your benefit. Now, the third week, you have water energy. So this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. Now, this queen is, very different from the Queen of Wands. She's more receptive energy, whereas the other queen, she goes out and gets what she wants. This queen draws things to herself. So she's got a lot of feeling, a lot of sensitivity. She may have some intuitive or psychic abilities. She's very creative, and she's very private. So this is somebody that may be involved in some kind of emotional or psychological affair. Could be a mother figure, could be a devoted wife, or could be a helper, a listener, a friend, a social worker, somebody that has a lot of understanding, someone very caring. And so this could be a week where, those traits become very important. Now, this queen can also be too easily influenced. In her negative, she can be fickle or gullible or use poor judgment. Maybe she exaggerates in some way, or there's emotional disturbance, or she's unrealistic. At the very worst, she lacks sympathy. She's only concerned for herself. But there's a tendency to living in a fantasy, to not see things clearly. She can be a victim or an enabler, a martyr for a cause, which is important to note since you have this Hanged Man and the card of sacrifice. So this is going to be a week where you really want to have control or retain control over situations or connections that somehow make you feel secure. You may be very sensitive this week. Maybe you have contact with somebody who is very meaningful to you. And that connection in some ways controls your life. Maybe it's positively. Maybe her influence makes you make better choices, makes you see things from a new perspective. Maybe she wields a great deal of influence over you. But in other situations, she can be manipulative or, again, guilt-inducing. And maybe she's a disruptive force in your life. She's not capable of filling her own expectations, and she's asking you to sacrifice. So it could be that you're dealing with some overpowering situational constraints that drain you of your own energy in your dealing with her. But again, this could be something connected to creativity, your vision, and perhaps recognizing your self-expression, or you being in the spotlight, or you having confidence. Or it could be that either you or this queen is just very oblivious and very self-absorbed. Now, the last week you have the Ten of Cups, and the 10, of course, is the ending of some type of cycle. This is connected to your family, your friends, your loved ones. And this could be a week of feeling a lot of joy, a lot of peace, a lot of fulfillment. So there could be a lot of harmony in your personal relationships, your sharing. Maybe you have a good connection with your child. There's a good parent-child relationship. It's emotional completion, again, because it's a number 10. And issues could center around prosperity, protection, genuine friendship, and also good decisions and realizing your hopes and dreams. So this is going to be a week where you feel very strongly. Your memories are weighing in on how you respond, how you react, and you may want to be with other people. And because of that, it's easy for you to compromise because maybe there's something really big going on and it's necessary for you to make that sacrifice. So you may be taking some steps to heal a situation, something emotional, something where there was maybe a betrayal. There could be some good news coming, or maybe you're spending good times together. For others of you, there are some difficulties within the family, some problems in the home or with the family relationships. Maybe there's some marital conflict. Could be some family disagreements. Maybe somebody's rebelling, or there are too many demands by your children, or just something unsettling connected to home and family. And things may feel as if they're out of hand or overwhelming, maybe even hopeless. It could be that somebody is overly emotional, hypersensitive, or that somebody is playing games, mind games, again, being manipulative or being passive aggressive, not directly confronting an issue. So if that's the case, this is a week where you're not going to feel good about your family connections or those that are close to you. In fact, you'll feel a sense of betrayal that the people that, should be on your team rooting you on are playing for the opposite. They're playing for the competitor. And so, you are confused about where things got off track. You thought you were on the same team. So this could be a week where there's something shocking that takes place. Specifically because you gave too much, you made yourself a martyr, and this need to be needed or to get past some kind of temptation, emotional temptation, is going to be your undoing. And this may center around abundance. Now, in the positive, everybody's feeling good. There's a lot of shared well-being. People are reaping the fruit of their efforts. There's a sense of gratitude. But in other cases where there is a problem, there is a need to shift from a scarcity mentality. Now, the underlying energy is this Three of Swords. And so what's behind everything is a sense of frustration. And in some cases, again, some kind of betrayal, maybe the ending of a relationship, or, maybe the need to cut something out, people feeling alienated or separated, rejected. Could be that there's some painful news that comes up, or, somebody's not reciprocating emotions, or some kind of negative secret is revealed. For some of you, this is a love triangle because you have two queens in here. So there could be, two people involved in your life, and, that comes up. Again, maybe something comes out that hasn't been known before, that creates some kind of problem. There's some interference, a third party. For others of you, somebody is just saying some things that are really heartbreaking. Whatever it is, though, you have the strength to get past it. It's going to strengthen you in some way, especially if you're learning the lessons. You're coming to better terms with who you are and who you're involved with and what your circumstances are. And that gives you a chance to readjust. There could be a situation, though, because you're so emotionally caught up in something that's challenging, that works against your rationality. Remember, the Hangman said, maintain your composure. Although you shouldn't be passive, maintain your composure. But something is going to come up that challenges that, and it's going to be difficult for you to be rational. And it may even change your priorities in some way. There's a definite breakdown in communication or negotiations, and this is going to give you a reality check. Now, for some of you, this is no secret to you. Generally, we know when things are not going well. So even just instinctively. So you may have already felt this. So this bad news that you hear, that something didn't go your way, you're not surprised by that. In fact, you may have expected, given who the players in the game are. So you may just be relieved to have gotten past this point, to get something finally resolved, to proceed, to take a plan of action, because again, you know who you're dealing with. And it's likely that this is centered around some kind of secret. Now, for some of you, though, you are shocked. You're surprised. You're disappointed. You didn't expect this outcome. You didn't expect things to play out this way. You didn't expect this of this person. And so it's very challenging for you to deal with this situation. For some of you, if this was some kind of family gathering, there could even be a cancellation, and that's why you're frustrated. Something interfered in your plans. But some of you, you have been sabotaging yourself. The Hanged Man says perhaps, you haven't been seeing things clearly, and you need to change your perspective, and something is going to happen that upends how you've been looking at something. For some of you, maybe this has been a lot of self-pity, but the point is, you've been directing energy or time or talent or money or emotion in the wrong place. And likely because you've been trying to get a scheme to play out or take a shortcut that really ends you back at square one. So some kind of delay, some kind of disappointment, or some kind of loss is going to come from not looking at something clearly. Either you are overestimating yourself, a situation, your capabilities, or you're underestimating yourself and selling yourself short. But there's something that you're not seeing. And in some cases, there's something that you're hiding. This is probably tied to the past, and there may be a need for some things to come to the light. Now, this is going to be an emotionally challenging month. So your mind, your mood set, your attitude is going to be important. How well you can absorb whatever is happening to you, at you, around you. And it's also going to tie into your desire for achievement. There's some goal that you want, or maybe you want some recognition, or you're looking for success. And this month determines, depending on how you are trying to achieve that, whether that actually happens for you. Now, you only have one major card. That is the Hanged Man. And so that holds the key to your situation. And again, it's about composure and having a fresh perspective. Once you get passive, or you allow yourself to fall back into some old habits, that's going to be your downfall. Now, whatever you're involved in, there is a lack of grounding, a lack of stability, and perhaps there's some issues that are still being worked out. And this is centering around your partnerships, and likely to do with that Queen of Cups, who may be a member of your family or somebody you feel very emotional about. This could be a friend or an acquaintance, or it could be a rival. And with the two queens there, perhaps this is just conflicting needs. Either you conflicting with another person, or you having an inner conflict with yourself. This is going to be a month where you may be down, but you're not out, because there's still that spark of fire, that fighting spirit that keeps the movement going, although the movement is going to be very little. Issues are centering on your sense of belonging, whether you fit within your social group, or is it time for you to find a new group of people that are more in alignment with you. There's a desire to enjoy the moment, though, and perhaps that's what's overriding the need to move things forward. All right, Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And of course, you can always book a personal reading at thealchemistastrologer.com.